All aboard!
The Graeme and Joe Show.
And then for dessert, he had onions and ice. He liked that so much that he ordered it twice.
Who's recording this?
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Excellent. We're rolling. So,
Just doing my vocal warm-ups, Joey.
just getting them in there.
No.
Tucked in. No, I do the clap, but I don't think we need the clap because Ken keeps cutting the start off when he's doing the audio.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing the video. I don't have a clap
Listen,
anyway.
better to
So I'm
be
trying
looking
it out.
at it than looking for it, Joe.
That's what they say.
Better there it is than where
Or
it
this. I
is.
forgot this last time as well. Got this going.
A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
That took me so long as a kid to figure out what that meant. And I'm not entirely sure I have.
Basically what it's saying is you want the thing, not to be going looking for it.
I thought it meant a thing you have is better than more of a thing you don't have.
I think it's...
Like,
Yeah, well, I guess it could be that.
because it's worth two in the bush.
Yeah, but you don't have that thing, yeah.
So
in the
it's
bush.
But twice of them, so you're tempted because there's two of them. You go, oh, maybe I'll let this
But
one
is
go
it the
to
same
get two.
thing or is it a different thing? Is it?
I figure it's the same type of bird, but two of them, so it's double.
Yeah,
So you have one, and you're like, oh, you could let this one go and get those two.
but you might
Who's
end
to
up with
say
none.
you're not going to get those two.
That's
Exactly. So
It's a great saying.
we've cracked it. It's very elegant phrasing. It gives
I
you
like
something
that,
to parse.
that Rolling Stone gathered no moss always got me. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, really? You
what are
didn't
you
know
even
what
talking about? A Rolling Stone gathers no moss.
that it never. Yeah, if you keep moving, you'll never get it in.
You never get
Permanent.
loads of gunge on you.
Sticking to you. Well, it's supposed to be. Moss can be quite attractive, I think, but I don't know. Yeah,
Not in
that's
this
supposed to be a good
context.
thing.
I don't think having the moss on the stone is good this time round.
I thought it was good. No, I thought
But
it was just
do you want to be a Rolling Stone and
Well, if-
don't gather the moss,
like
or
in the,
do you want to be the still stone and have the moss all over you?
but it means you're connected to your area, isn't it? Like you're kind of part of the scene.
Okay, so you
Like,
can look at it either way.
Rolling Stone gathers no moss. Yeah, that like if someone who
So
keeps
you-
moving, you don't have any friends or family and stuff like that, and you're kind of just.
Okay. Oh right.
Do you know what I mean? Like a Rolling Stone.
I always thought it was better not to have the moss on you.
Oh, really?
Just like, oh, it's all mossy.
It's so gross. The moss is gross.
Yeah.
No, but like the Rolling Stones. That's what they call the band name. I think it's an old blues song or something.
Okay.
That's where they got their name from.
It's interesting.
Their whole band was like to be cool, be the dudes who weren't like tight and.
Yeah.
But you were just like gross moss.
Yeah. Get the moss off me. I don't like the moss.
I think so. We'll have to. It's one we'll have to look up.
So what would you rather be? You want to be the mossy stone? Or
I don't know. At different
the-
points in your life, there's pros and cons, isn't there?
Yeah.
When you're young, you want to keep on moving.
Oh yeah, you're
When
Rolling
you're
Stone
old.
when you're young, and you want to be that mossy stone when you're old.
Exactly. You want to be one of those big old boulders that's just sitting there,
Yeah.
covered in things.
Yeah.
People can't move you now, even if they wanted to. No one can prise you out of where you are.
So they need to flip that as well, like the saying, don't they?
What? Insane.
Like a steady stone gathers loads of moss.
an unmoving
An
stone.
unmoving stone gathers loads of moss.
An unrolled stone is quite mossy. It's not quite as catchy.
No, it's not.
No.
No.
Hey, thanks for coming, guys. See you next week. Now, so we missed a week, so we've got lots to talk about, Graeme.
Yeah.
So I hope you're ready for it, first and foremost.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's been 2 weeks. I have a lot to get off my chest.
You do. So let's go straight into that. Get it off your chest. Now, we missed last week, Graeme. Why? Because,
I was at the dentist again.
again,
But I won't bore you with the details of that.
This
I mean,
time?
the first episode had a lot to do with the dentist.
well, this was less eventful, was it?
It was less eventful, but still eventful in ways.
Were you sure
But,
you're
like-
going to board it?
It wasn't getting teeth pulled. I just got a filling in and got my teeth scale clean and
Scaled
polished.
again. You love
It was
getting the
again-
scale clean and polished.
It was another hour. Well, that's what I
Is
thought.
this guy scamming you now? Is he doing these
don't-
long cons on you now where he has you in every...
Maybe.
Is it like those mechanics who you bring your car in and every time something gets fixed, he's like, oh, your flungy bungee's gone now. I'm going to have to get 6 of them in. That's coming from
Not
China.
the phalange.
Yeah, exactly. Your tips are leaking there. I'm going to have to...
I still stand by my dentist. I think he's pretty good, yeah.
I hope. Well, I hope he hears this.
There is still that half tooth still stuck in my head.
Yeah, did he mention that?
Yeah, he said, just be careful of that. Make sure you keep it clean and don't be letting anything gather up in there. He said, we're not going to go near that for a while, Graeme, he said to me.
Oh, for a while?
Yeah, he said it could be 1 to 2 years.
This guy is creating work for himself down there. He's like an electrician or something, or plumber that breaks something under there and like, I'll come back in 3 weeks for that one that starts dripping through the ceiling.
Yeah.
You call me again?
Yeah. Well, look, he might be. Maybe it's time to change dentist. I don't know, but
he said, be careful of that.
I don't have to go back to him for another 6 months. That's all I know. So that's
good.
You've
gotten the clean bill of health then for that long.
Yeah, and he put the filling in. It took ages, man. But I thought I was going to be able to do the thing. I thought I was going to be able to go to the dentist and then do the podcast on the way home. You know, but. Literally, my face was just like, it was like one of those. I went, when I was got a cup of tea after it just starts, because you can't feel the side of your face. It just starts going down the side of your face.
There's something about
and do not like a tip to people going in to get fillings. Do not eat soup, even though it's probably the easiest thing to eat because it's soft
afterwards.
Yeah, you're like. Because you can't feel your face and it starts dribbling down the side of your face.
So you know what it's like to have a stroke now and be trying to feed yourself.
Well, without the pain and the hurt.
Well, no,
I just have a numb face.
The numb, the in terms of consuming liquids after the fact, pretty close. But so he said, don't go near it because it's sharp because you broke it so much, or
no, because like. It could. I still have to do the salty water stuff because he doesn't want anything getting infected and stuff like you know.
So you still
have to eat on the other side.
Oh, he recommended eating on the other side, did he?
Yeah, and just keep it clear. Keep it clear of food.
Rinse with salty water 20 times a day.
No, just like every now and again now.
Yeah, okay.
So I haven't done it since he told me, but you know I will.
But I think going to the dentist and trying to do a podcast are probably. Two terrible things to trying to put together.
I didn't realise getting fillings you had to get the injection again. But once you get that anaesthetic in your mouth,
you're done.
I would have been like, oh, Joe, it
might have been good. You probably said would have been pretty funny. So 6 months to the dentist, and so you stand by your dentist.
I'll stand by him.
Is he going to get that on one of those? Like,
now, if I go in 6 months' time and he says, "Oh, well, they're going to have to come out," then I'll be like, "That's it. No way.
This time, this is definitely too much.
I can't stand by you no more."
No. Should you get one of those like website testimonials? Do you know they have like
a TripAdvisor?
Yeah, exactly. Just a picture of you going. Dentist. I stand by this dentist. And everyone's like,
I can't give him 5 stars. I give him 4.5 stars.
I just can't give him 5. I can't tell you why, but I actually can't give him 5. 4.5 though. He's very personable and he's very apologetic when anything goes wrong. He
is actually like this time when I went in, I was like, "Oh, look at you! You got your gruel cut and all."
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, stop! Yeah." I did it myself.
That's your money. No way, Graeme. He's getting high-end barbers.
We had a nice conversation, and he was talking about.
How old is he?
Not much older than me. I don't think. I'd say he's about 45, maybe. Hitting 50, around 45 to 50.
Yeah.
So
cutting his own hair.
Because he's on lockdown, like he has to. But he made a right job of it.
He just like scalp himself?
So maybe if he's as good as a dentist as he is at cutting hair, I should have left him a long time ago.
Is it all just chunky? Like,
it looks like he made a balls of it, and then he had to do like proper zero all around the sides.
Buzzed himself.
Yeah, buzzed himself completely.
And left the top long?
Yeah, long enough.
What's he look like? Peaky Blinders or something?
Yeah.
Does he actually?
He did look like a Peaky Blinder when I went in. I was like, what the hell is this?
Is your dentist a Peaky Blinder? I think we're going down to... Is he like, it's sand?
It's sand.
Oh, I'm afraid it's going to have to come out. You sure you don't owe these people gambling debts? Is that what this is? That you're paying off in installments? That's what you do, actually. If you owe gambling debts and you're going to take your teeth, you'd still get it on the layaway somehow. You'd be like, half a tooth now, 6 months and then
Listen, you'll get them all.
Yeah, don't worry,
I'm gonna get all my teeth. I'm good for it. I just need time.
I just love soup, and I really want to be able to eat some for the next 6 months.
Sick of soup, man. Soft foods. When you have to eat soft foods all the time, it's like
it's not great.
You're eating your lasagnas and your pastas, and
there's not many of them as well. You realise,
just mushed up mashed potato and with gravy and just trying to moisten everything up.
Moisten.
Yeah.
Some people hate that word. It's funny. I don't mind it, but it's like
moisten.
Yeah, moisten up some gravy.
I can see why people like it's a bit.
It's one of those words that people have
dirty.
a little shiver to. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of gross.
It's moist.
It's very. I need to moisten up my food just to gum it a little bit because I can't chew anymore.
Oh, it's so moist.
There's not that many soft foods, so you're right.
No, there really isn't.
And you can, as I say, soften up hard foods isn't great either. Like mushy biscuits kind of thing.
Yeah.
You just dunk all your food in tea for like 10 seconds.
What was the best thing I ate while I was on soft foods? Probably lasagna. Like lasagna's pretty.
Lasagna's good. I wouldn't have thought of that.
You couldn't have it the crispy. Like my favorite lasagna is when it's all crispy at the top and it's like No, you get that proper bit of chew on it. But this was like proper, just saucy lasagna.
Just like those oven ones you buy in the supermarket. That's just mostly like plastic cheese, and you're like, is there some mince in here? I think there must be somewhere, but not really. Just cream and cheese.
That's it.
Heated to a nice slop. Yeah. The one you can't even get a slice out of when you like scoop it out, it just sort of goes.
Yeah.
Pools.
That's the one. You can drink it. You can drink your lasagna.
And I did.
Yeah, shepherd's pie was alright as well. Actually, you could do it. Like mincing it up with your brown sauce. Put your brown sauce.
Was that prescribed that you had to have softy foods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just stops stuff from getting lodged in there.
I suppose if you hold
goes down easy. I ate a lot of ice cream, which is
that's
good.
Supposed to be very good for you.
Lots of ice cream is really good for you.
That's what they use apparently. Do you know when like actors are being all method and they want to put on loads of weight really quickly for a role if they want to like get a big belly?
Oh yeah.
Apparently the most calories you can get quickest is ice cream. If you like leave a tub of ice cream to melt and then you just drink it,
holy shit,
that's the way to get like, because if you want to eat like 8,000 calories a day or some nonsense to like destroy your body to like put on, be a fat guy.
Caramel choo-choo, is it?
Anything, all that sort of stuff. You're just like glugging it down because you can do like 2 or 3 of them probably, and then you're like, that's it, it's 95,000 calories I've had in like 20 minutes. So like, who did that now in movies again? That was like Christian Bale and Tom Hanks, although he lost loads of weight rather than gaining it, didn't he? He was just vomiting after every meal.
Robert De Niro,
I think he had months to do it though. I think I heard Colin Farrell say it or someone. He did it for The Lobster, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
The thing, because they have less time to do it now. I think back in the golden days, like De Niro doing it, he like had months to kind of just eat loads of pasta and do whatever he wanted. Kind of
but now they have like nutritionists and all that sort of stuff. They'll be like, if this is how you want to do it in a safe way, rather than guzzling down loads of ice cream.
But it still wrecks your body. There's no real safe way to put on loads of weight really quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
But they just have fake stuff now. You don't even need to do it. It's one of those things where like they make people
they just want to do it because they want to be real. It's
good press. It's all the angle. It's good marketing thing. They sit around and talk about it for 6 months, then go, well, actually, I put the weight on myself. And you're like,
how did you do it? I drank
exactly. I drank 8 tubs of ice. You're like, this is your job? Yes. I really felt what it was like to be a fat man.
I'd rather go for like just supersize me.
Just supersize me?
Put loads of weight on by eating loads of McDonald's.
Just 3 times a day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Supersize me.
He says that everywhere. Anyway.
Would you like to be supersized? Yeah.
They don't say that here.
They don't do it anymore because it's unhealthy, I think.
But that was that documentary.
After that documentary was made.
I know, but he did a thing of like, I'm going to eat McDonald's 3 times a day for a month or something and nothing else. And even McDonald's were like, come on, no one's doing that. If you're doing that's terrible.
Definitely. I mean,
you're not shocking anybody by revealing that's going to give you some complications.
My liver function isn't what it used to be because I've eaten McDonald's for the last month.
Yeah, all I'm eating is McDonald's all the time.
Yeah, I could do that though. I think I love McDonald's.
It's nice. Everyone loves it. But you got to pace it out. But you probably would ruin it for yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you would if you did that.
Yeah, if you had it all the time. But I like the McDonald's breakfast. You can't beat them. You're up early enough to get one.
Oh yeah, that was my problem. I have like a problem with double cheeseburgers.
Yeah,
it's like my crack cocaine. It's like when I walk past the McDonald's, I find it very hard not to go in.
Just every time you pass a McDonald's,
double cheeseburger, please.
Just a quick one.
Whenever I'll be working in town and I'll be walking by a McDonald's, I just go, slip in there and get a quick.
Like you have to battle with yourself and go, no, Graeme, don't do it. You can't do it.
Well, no, I rarely battle with myself.
You just go,
yes, this was good.
Is that the €2 one?
The €2 double cheeseburger. They have triple cheeseburgers now as well.
Just what's the point? I don't
you can't supersize anymore, but you can get
like to just keep making bigger burgers.
You can get a triple Big Mac now as well. I think.
Triple Big Mac.
It's like
what's that mean? Even I thought
it's not 2 burgers; it's 3 burgers.
So it's like a burger, a bun, a burger, a bun,
a burger,
and another bun.
Yeah.
So there's 2 like middle layers.
Yeah. Or maybe
is that better or worse?
Do you know what it is?
Well, there's actually 2 burgers.
Yes, 2 burgers.
Layer.
Yeah.
In
so
each
4 burgers altogether.
4 burgers.
Yeah.
Why do you need the more burgers?
They call it the very Big Mac.
God.
No, they don't.
I thought they would. That sounds like something they would call it.
Yeah.
But the Big Mac's perfect. We don't have to mess with that. Like, there's a reason. They've kind of engineered that over many years.
The thing I loved about Australia, best thing in the world, was that you could get the secret sauce on the side for dipping your chips. That's my most fond memory of Australia. Traveling around Australia,
the entire country of Australia, all its beauty and
wildlife.
That and Uluru were just so good. So everything about Australia, its culture, history, wildlife, scenery, people.
McDonald's.
Best thing about it was McDonald's secret sauce on the side
for dipping your chips in. Amazing.
Just the Big Mac sauce came separate.
I don't know why nobody else is taking that on to do that.
It's funny that, isn't it?
Everywhere else I've been,
you
can't get the secret sauce on the side.
But that's like that old Pulp Fiction thing. Yeah, like localized McDonald's when they have special like quirks that you can't get in different countries and stuff like that. Like when you used to go to European ones and they all have weird stuff. Yeah, beer and like
beer with
mayonnaise is a big thing. And McDonald's is, you can give out about all you want, but there was a thing where if you're traveling, and especially when we were traveling around when there wasn't really internet-y smartphone thing, you couldn't just instantly Google somewhere nice to go within 10 feet. So when you were like starving like teenage backpacker, you'd end up wandering into some like really weird dodgy cafe and some like crap bar. You didn't know where you were and it would be terrible and you didn't know what you were getting and it'd be expensive. So
you're looking for those
when
golden
you saw
arches.
those things,
looking for those beautiful golden arches, and it was cheap.
That's what it is, though.
You went in and got your $2 burger or something, like, you know.
You just kind of knew what you were getting, and it was just you realised the power of a good corporate brand. You're like, I know what this is, and it's going to be nice, and I'm starving, and I want to sit down.
I know. Could you imagine doing those? Like when you go on your J1, you literally eat the worst. I don't think I've ever eaten as badly. All I lived on was noodles.
Yeah,
and like that McDonald's.
I had like 7-Eleven hot dogs.
Yeah,
I thought they were like that'll do me.
Eat those all the time. Could you imagine?
Like God only knows what that was made of. But
nobody knows.
And they're $2, and that was like your dinner. You'd have 2 of them, and that would be pretty much you for the day.
Yeah.
You'd have something in the morning, and then
You used to stock up all those noodles. You know, you used to get. Sometimes you'd treat yourself to some bacon in the morning for breakfast. But you went to those mad, huge supermarkets that you could buy in bulk.
Oh, the Costco? Yeah.
Oh, man. Coming home with like 200 packets of noodles to keep you going.
Just like cash and carry stuff, like giant tubs of mayonnaise and like tea bags and stuff like that, Like you're walking around with the trolleys even huge, just these like canyons of products.
You can't even imagine doing that now. I think even students now...
Students now are on like
they have the phones
stuff and apps and they're all living in Airbnbs and stuff like that.
They'll never know what it's like to do, you know, a true J1.
A true horrible J1 where you were continuously lost, poor, went to terrible places and spent like 2 months in like the worst part of the city without realizing, oh wait, over this street there's like all these other pubs and stuff that are amazing.
Taking mattresses out of skips to sleep on.
That's
you know,
but that's a common. Well, that's that American thing where they just throw stuff out. That's quite good, but they leave it at the side of the road for people to take. And because it's California and it's dry, it's mostly fine. It's not like been rained on for 6 months. Where you, like
mostly fine. You know,
you never look into it.
Was somebody else's mattress first?
You get couches
probably a
and
few
stuff.
years.
Yeah, and probably if someone's living at the side of the road, they're probably not the most clean living person in the world.
It did us fine. Mattress. You know,
you got through. Exactly, it toughened you up. You learn something about yourself. That's what J1s are supposed to be all about.
Yeah.
Growing
you
up,
learned that you would sleep on anything,
and you would work at anything for the barest amount of money to free up.
That was the worst way with the jobs that you got. I was trying to sell credit cards. People, when you're ringing up people, asking them, "Hey, you want a credit card?" They're like, "How did you get this number? Who are you?" Oh, sorry. And then you had a thing that you had to reel off before you hung up. Thank you for taking our call today. And it's like, "I'll kill you." I was like, "Okay,
I'm gonna find you. I know where you are." Yeah, thank you, sir. I didn't even have those jobs. But that was the thing J1s used to be for, is for like Irish students could go to America and get a job and earn money to bring it back to the home side.
Jeez, bring back money.
That's what I mean.
Like, Dad, I know I'm out of money again. Any chance you could put a couple of €100 in my account?
Yeah,
I'm good for it. Same as my teeth.
Yeah, I know.
I'll give it to you when I go home.
Parents, they wonder, and it's funny from this point of view now, seeing that, how stupid that was. Like, you actually thought you were like not tricking your parents, but like actually coming to some sort of arrangement with them, rather than just saying, "Give me money. I'm in California. I decided to do this. I've wasted all my money.
I can't get home unless you give me money.
I want to go drinking. Everyone else can drinking. Give me some cash." Yeah.
I went to Vegas to double my money.
And did you?
No.
Did you triple it?
No. Oh God, no.
Did you?
I lost it all.
It's all gone.
Lost it all. But had a bloody good time doing it.
Vegas, yeah. The roulette thing as well, isn't it? Is one of them where I think it's, what is it? Is it poker? I think poker is the only game you can play that's actually skill, that like you being good at it makes a difference. And the rest of them are
pure
just
chance.
Pure chance. So it's like,
well, sure, one of the lads went in, put a quarter into one of the slot machines, pulled the thing and won $500. Like, you know,
and you hate him, and then everyone else is like, "Quick,
yeah,
it's gonna be me." Put them all back
it's gone. It's all gone. But the roulette, in fairness, was fine because you could sit at the dollar tables. They had like obviously higher stakes at other tables
in Vegas, higher than $1. Of course, they had some higher tables than the dollar table, but
I wasn't sitting at them anyway.
It's like,
but you could sit there and drink for free, because the booze is free once you're betting. I was literally with my dollar down on red or black every time,
trying to like stretch it as long as possible.
Feeling very frisky, I'd put on $2 and spread it out over the table.
Yeah, on the line.
Yeah,
try and cover all the.
But when you see the people coming over with like thousands of dollars of chips, just putting it all on 1/3 of the table.
Oh yeah, and covering a section.
Yeah, covering a section. Yeah. And then it being on completely the other end.
But that's the thing.
And just the house just going tavern.
Yeah. That's the thing that
really, walking away to the next table to do it again.
Just taking it all. That's what really brought it home to me, that thing of like just losing money so quickly. I always thought that about gambling as a vice, that it's like, it's exciting, but it's like there a cat screaming at the window. It's not even one of mine. Get out of here.
You can't be on the podcast.
No.
Get out of here.
But yeah, as a vice gambling, it's one of those things that like you get such a low return. It's funny. Get the hell out of here, you stinky mess. Anyway. Go away. No, you're not coming in.
There's so many cats around here.
No, come in. Get out of here.
That's not even your cat. It's a different cat.
It doesn't even live here. It's screaming at the window. Anyway. What was I saying?
What were we talking about?
Gambling
Vegas.
as a vice. Because you don't, like, if you're into drugs or whatever you could spend money on, like, you get something for that money you're drinking, like, it's, you know what you're getting, your little high out of it. With gambling, it's like, you might not even get the high. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so quickly, you're not even spending the money on something, you're just literally using the money going, oh, I might lose all this. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
And then when it just goes so quickly, that thing, you put it down and you lose, and they just take it, and you're like, oh, well, that's over. I remember doing that with $20 when you're putting on something, and it's like, 32 red.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
It's a horrible thing to be addicted to.
I'd say it's a nightmare. Because you just go so quickly.
Like, I just do it for the crack, you know, put on a fiver every now and again.
You can afford to lose.
Putting on crazy bets that you could win $1,000 on, like, you know.
They're like complicated
an accumulator
ones.
or something, but
it might accumulate.
Like, when you think of somebody putting on like $1,000 on a horse or something like that, or
and people win and it works, and you
happen.
can be smart and try and figure it out. But there's always some chance. That's the whole point. You're not going to win money unless it's not unlikely. Do you know what I mean? Like, it has to be unlikely for it to work for the big odds. But well, that's good. What was I going to say for get it off your chest? Oh, I saw a funny thing. It's not, well, it's, I don't know if it's supposed to be funny, but it's on the Irish Times. It's like their agony aunt thing. It's like a problem page, but it seems to be for the bad people, the people who are causing the problems. I don't know what it is. I'll show you some of them here. They're very funny. We can see if we helped them. No, we can't read the whole thing because it's for subscribers only, so everyone should go and subscribe to the Irish Times or buy the odd copy and keep up with the middle class issues of the day, you know?
Yes.
Like, see which rugby school is getting into property development, or which Fine Gael TD is getting a new RT chat show to interview other RT chat show hosts about their chat shows. That seems to be what RT does a lot, doesn't it?
Okay, yeah.
So these are some of the headings here. This was the one that struck me, I saw him quickest the first time. So here we go. My husband is unemployed. Where will he go if I leave him for my business partner?
Oh. Into a very dark place, I imagine.
Exactly. And then the little subheading is, he's not the man I married. He lacks ambition and he takes money from me.
Is this about me?
This is the one that struck a chord first. I was like, oh wow, that's definitely the point. Now, we're both lucky, I think, that we found lovely women who
will never leave us.
But also expect us to never earn any money. Yeah. So they've already made their peace with that.
Yeah, you knew what you meant.
Yeah, exactly.
You knew what you were getting yourself in for.
But I like that. Yeah, my husband's unemployed. Where will he go if I leave him for my business partner? Yeah, nowhere. And
it depends. Like, you'd rather she did that when you were a bit younger. Depends what age he is. I mean, does he have a chance?
Does he have a chance out there?
And getting out there and meeting.
Like he says, takes money from me. Is he just taking all the money? Is she? This is the problem. This is the modern world we live in. Women rightfully want to work and be successful and do things, but there isn't an old-fashioned thing. Some guy was saying that women still prefer the man they're with to be more successful than them, even if they're very successful. So it sort of limits their pool of potential partners. If that makes sense. Apparently it's a common thing. It's like the way Beyonce is like, I have to go with Jay-Z because I can't go with just some guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, you know, obviously loads of women are with men who earn a lot less than them, and it's more and more common these days, but some women don't want it. They don't like it. So this woman, where will he go? Yeah, he'll probably go down the drain if you leave him.
Well, you never know. It depends. He could be resilient. He might just go and say, right, maybe she was the one bringing him down, and now he's free of it.
It could be like
he'll go out and become all that he can be.
Like a rom-com kind of thing. He'll like just take off and he'll meet someone nice and get his life together.
She'll come crying back going,
and at the end,
I never should have left you. And he'd be like, well, tough shit.
Well, just, you know what? It's all about me. Yeah. I figured out I'm worth me or something. One of those phrases. I'm worth it. I don't need you.
I'm worth me.
I'm worth me. I don't know that one, Joe. I'm worth me. That sounds like a song.
Hey, baby, I'm a rolling stone.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep on trucking now.
You can go with your business partner.
What's next?
Next one is, I lost my job because I was accused of being a bully. I'm afraid to look for a new job. I fear that I am a bad person. Well, you know what? You probably are.
Yeah. I mean, I laughed because I was accused of being
accused.
How do you lose your job for being accused of something?
Well, I'd say you could. Well, there's a lot of things you could be accused of that people might go,
Yeah, but there's no clear that's
evidence.
only an accusation.
That's what I mean. We don't know what's
Is this
going on
trial
here.
by Twitter again or something?
Could be,
you know.
But also, who accused you of being a bully if you're not? Unless it's a real evil bully who's being really clever and by going, I'm going to accuse the person I'm bullying of bullying me.
Leaving little posts.
Get rid of them. Yeah. Get out of here. You're a bad person.
Yeah. Your clothes are terrible.
I think that dress makes you look fat. Signed, you know who. Yeah. So, she's being bullied. Here's another one. How do we disinvite my future husband's family from our wedding?
Oh, holy shnikes.
I can't have them at our wedding, but the ramifications will be permanent.
Oh.
Disinvite. So they've already been invited, obviously, and assuming they're going to be invited to their son's wedding.
I'd love to delve into that one now. Because why do they want to do? What have they done to be disinvited? And obviously, her husband's family. Does he not like his own family?
Is he in on this? Is he being pressured?
Or is this just all her saying, we can't have them at the wedding? They're an absolute disgrace.
And you'd think they're his family, so he's pretty tied into them for life. So even if you didn't want to see them, you think you get through the single day of the wedding and then just not see them much.
Yeah.
Rather than not having them at the wedding and producing a lifelong feud that will never be unpicked.
But the wedding is something they've dreamed of their whole lives.
But is it people are insane about the weddings these days. It's crazy.
It's a great day. It's a great day, Joe.
But everyone wants to have these Great Gatsby 3-day country house affairs, and everyone comes down, and it's a lot of pressure. People put crazy pressure on it, and who you have to have and who you can't have, and.
But you disinvite the husband's family, and that's game over.
The husband's whole family, not even his mother or his cousin or one person who's crazy. Or
I wouldn't mind, but you're only allowed 20 people at a wedding at the minute. It's there's going to be 10 people at your wedding.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. She's we only allowed to have 6 people.
So we're bringing all my family, and yours can't come.
Oh, I can't have them at our wedding. It's terrible. There's a lot going on. There's some
that's a recipe for disaster. That'll never last. Even when they get married, that's game over.
For life. You're basically him just cutting off his whole family. So here's a good one. The type of pornography that my partner watches upsets me.
Yeah.
And the frequency at which he views porn while in work is also worrying. I'd say.
Is he working from home? He's working from home.
Well, hopefully, or maybe not.
I'm working! Don't come in! Don't come in here. I am working hard.
Please don't come in at this exact moment. Yeah. This is a business meeting. I'm on Zoom. Yeah.
That's pornography is so accessible now, and it's so everywhere. And it's just it is getting
the frequency
off the charts.
That's another addiction people lose their minds over, I think, as well, because it's kind of crazy, and it's numbing as well. I think people forget that it used to be back even when we were teenagers, and someone would find a video or a magazine or something like that, and it seemed pretty crazy. It was 2 normal people having pretty normal sex was what was pornography?
Well, it's just a woman standing there with her boobs out.
I know, ooh, and everyone's oh my god, or and now it's just so bananas and bizarre and aggressive that I think people get numb to watching it. So if you don't really see it, if you did just step in and go, what the hell are you looking at, and you're what? This is completely normal. Carry on. So that wife needs to look out, because it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Here's another one. I have realised during lockdown that I don't like my wife. I find her cynicism obnoxious, and we have little in common except our children.
Oh God!
What a way to discover that.
These poor people. Lockdown has done some terrible things to people.
It really has.
during that I don't like my wife. But maybe when lockdown's gone, we can start to like each other again. Just get through this little hump, and once you don't see each other as often.
Every day you have your own lives going on. Yeah, get back in the rhythm of
She's
when
only
you
gone
used to
very
like her.
cynical because of the lockdown.
Exactly.
You know, maybe.
She's probably drinking a bit too much. She's sitting around too much. She probably thinks she's being funny. She probably thinks you used to laugh at her jokes. Now you just find them annoying. It happens to the best of us.
The pictures on these things are great as well.
They are pretty. They're stock images, but they're quite well chosen. They're just a lot of people looking into the middle distance away from each other. With their hand. Seems to be a lot of hand. You must get directed to
Penny
put your
for your
hand.
thoughts.
Yeah, literally put your fist under your jaw. Now look away like you're thinking. So yeah, maybe they just need to get back into the pre-lockdown pattern. Maybe he didn't like her, but maybe he didn't not like her. You just were. You're so busy, you didn't notice. No. Well, this is a good one.
Okay, one more.
Yeah, I think my husband has a drug problem, but he says that's nonsense.
Again, like, don't come in here.
Yeah, I know.
I'm working.
His moods are unstable, his spending out of control, and he sleeps very little.
No, okay.
I think you're probably right. So don't listen to him if he says that's nonsense. He has a serious drug problem. Sleeping very little is the one I'd say.
Yeah.
Don't get me.
Well, I don't sleep as much as I used to, but that's not because of drugs. That's because of kids and whatnot.
I don't think.
But, like, yeah, you know, when your mood's unstable, is he, like, I wonder... when it says that, like, is he literally sitting at the kitchen table going, oh God,
just screaming, just flipping the whole table. Exactly. John, could you help me? No, I can't help you. But yeah.
And then he comes back an hour later going, oh, it's okay. I'm sorry.
Hey man, sorry about that. I was just having a little flip out. Don't worry.
I'm okay now.
You guys wanna go out? This is a good picture of a guy tucking a little baggie into his little watch pocket. But yeah.
Well, if she suspects it's probably what it is.
I think he does. She said, I think my husband has a drug problem.
She needs to, like,
I mean,
people who have
he
husbands,
is doing drugs. Like, she knows he's doing drugs. So.
You need to be in a relationship where you can ask your own husband or wife if you think things like this are going on. You know?
And also,
like, talk to your wife about his pornography problem.
If someone
talk
says
to him
nonsense,
about his drug problem, and if he's saying it's nonsense.
If someone's just doing, like, coke all day, and you go, I think you might be doing this a bit much, and they go, that's nonsense. And then they expect that just to be the end of it. And you're like, well, he said it was nonsense, so I gotta go along with what he says. Yeah, some old-fashioned things. So there you go. Everyone should check out.
Oh man, we should do these every week.
Yeah.
These are gold.
They're going.
Joe's dying, everybody.
I sound like possessed by Kermit the Frog for a second. I'm trying to talk while also coughing. Yeah, there's some good ones. Here's it as well. Is my wealthy boyfriend being taken advantage of by his long-term friends? They often stay in the guest house of his lakefront home free of charge. Surely if he has a guest house on his lakefront home, he should let his friends stay in it. He shouldn't be charging them to do it.
I mean, my auntie has a house down in Wexford and we stay there all the time. And she's just like, she's happy for people to use it.
She's not using
it, you know?
So like, this is my wealthy boyfriend. So this is a girlfriend of someone rich. So she's already going, look, I want this money and I want to get these jokers out of here.
Yeah.
So we should be charging them
so
to stay at the house.
She doesn't even want to stay in her own house. She wants to stay in the lake.
The guest
house by the lakefront.
No, she's probably staying up in the lakefront. See, this is the guest house of his lakefront home. So this isn't even the main house. There's the house on the lake, then a guest house. And they're staying there, and she's like, you should be charging them rent.
Yeah.
Or a fee. Because you know what?
Greed is a terrible thing.
It's a terrible thing. I need to get some of these problems. Well, no, the money ones, not the drug and porn.
Not the drug and porn.
Yeah, they're bad.
I already have those.
And there's a sad one as well. I'm a man in my 30s and I lack any strong platonic friendships, Graeme. Just much like yourself. It hurts to feel ignored and avoided and causes feelings of loneliness. So there you go. Wherever you are, stay strong.
But I hope he's going to be all right.
Being annoying. Yeah, I hope he got helped. But there you go.
We all got to stay strong. We ought to be in this together, Joe. A lot of these things are due to
lockdown, boredom, stress. People just getting the.
This is where you find out what you're all about.
What you're made of.
When you're put into a situation like this.
Stressful situation like this. We can handle it though.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. So what was in the news this week? There was many things in the news. I'm trying to narrow them down. There was someone released the plans for the first city on Mars.
Well, that's never going to happen. I mean,
well, I was going to say, do you think you would like to live on Mars?
How much money are they going to spend on a city on Mars? Like,
probably
it's a one-way trip. Isn't it? And how many people can you send at a time?
Well, none at the moment. They don't know, you see. They're trying to guess what will happen.
Listen, this is all pie in the skies.
It is.
Well, because at the end of the day, I watched Seaspiracy the other day.
Oh no.
And if we don't get
the fishes,
the health of our sea and seas and oceans. Like, I was worried about the pandemic, but now I'm completely focused on the welfare of the marine life and sustainability of marine life in our oceans. When the sea dies, we all die. So, and apparently by 2048 there will be no fish left in the sea.
What? That can't be right.
Listen, man, watch Seaspiracy.
Maybe they're on.
Be prepared to watch somebody run around not getting answers for anything. I went to the consulate or whatever. I was trying to talk to somebody, but nobody would talk to me. So I looked it up on the internet, and this is what I came up with. So there's a lot of that, but geez, man, these are like. Those fishing trawlers are unreal.
The size of them,
they're just
huge,
like taking in billions of fish all the time, man. It's crazy.
They do drag it in,
and then they're killing all the sharks for the shark fins. And a lot of it was like the Cove as well had a lot of sort of the same points in it, and it's a lot of figures being thrown at you. Just going,
they're all accurate,
fish being taken out, and this is what, and now all these things are dying. All their seas are oceans. Everything will be dead by 2048. So good luck. Plastics in the ocean, I said, your Greta Thunberg better not watch that movie. She will not
can't handle it. The poor girl.
Won't be a happy
She's
chappy.
Stressed.
But we're goosed. So the fact that people are talking about cities on Mars.
Do you think these are connected though? Because this is around 2050 as well. They want to talk about Elon Musk is saying that's when they want the first city on Mars that he's aiming to do. So maybe these guys know something we don't.
Do you want to start it in 2050 or like have it completed by 2050?
They're aiming for it to be around then. That they're like from now on they're going to be like doing stuff.
Okay.
Again, pretty pie in the sky, but maybe they know something we don't. Maybe they're trying to get off a sinking ship.
We need to, but Mars. How are we going to live on? Sure, there's no water. There's nothing. Like,
it's literally nothing. Well, that's the thing. But you're right, though. It's like, should we just fix this nice, cozy planet where you can like go outside and like breathe the air?
Yeah,
and not.
Stop thinking about going somewhere else, or go somewhere a bit closer than bloody Mars.
But it's the closest place.
Can we not live on the moon?
You could, but there's less on the moon than even Mars. Well, I guess it's closer. The moon is
so much closer.
Smaller. Yeah, it's a lot closer.
Sure, the Mars is what, like 2 weeks away or something?
No, it's longer than that.
I don't know.
It used to be a long time. I thought it was like
or does
years.
It take a year to get there?
I think it takes like maybe months now. I thought it used to take years, but maybe it's like 7 months or something.
Sure, I find it long to drive to Cork.
I know.
Can you imagine when we'll be 90 by the time this is being made.
I know.
So me jumping on a rocket.
It'll definitely be a one-way trip then, it'll definitely be a one-way ticket.
Well, maybe Elon Musk will have it. He'll have, like, if anybody's going to create something that'll get us to Mars in a day or two, it's Elon Musk.
He'll do the rocket. Well, it could be, or it could just be a big hype scam because he's getting people investing in it and stuff. But his whole thing is that eventually humans are going to leave Earth and travel around like kind of Star Trek style. So I think he just wants to be the one who like is first out of the gate.
Is that going to happen?
But I don't know. This is the thing. Well, eventually they say like, Earth will collapse or it'll be dangerous. Like billions of years in the future, apparently the sun will explode or something. But so
we'll be well gone.
We probably will be well gone by then. But if we're not, and also they think it's like a safety thing that if you don't have all your people on one planet, if something goes wrong on Earth, there's people left over. But there's not. If there's going to be like 100 people on a glass bubble in Mars, they're not exactly going to replace Earth if something goes wrong.
Yeah. You want to be careful who you choose to go to Mars.
You will, it'll be properly. They'll all just go crazy.
That's screen those people. You don't want any crazy people. Although even the trip to Mars could make you go crazy.
It will probably make you go crazy, because that's the city the guy was talking about. It all has to be like dug into a cliff face, and you basically live, because it's like the radiation's pretty bad, so you have to kind of live underground and stuff. I was like,
the radiation straight away, man. I'm not going.
Brandon, that's the worst thing about space travel, is that they can't really do it very far, because once you're out away from Earth at all, you're just getting bombarded with like crazy space radiation that just is very bad for you.
Oh my god.
They're talking about in the future they might have to like genetically engineer people especially that can resist it more.
Here. That's another story.
I know, this is a whole can of worms. So you don't want to go to Mars?
No.
You wouldn't go, even if they were like, you can go, it's a beautiful city, it's all safe to go and see it. Or to be like Australia, would you go all the way to Mars and be like,
is there McDonald's with the dippy sauce?
If they said that, if they had that, would you go?
On there, man.
Here we go. Okay.
You have to have the things that I need,
because it looks kind of like the middle of Australia. It's just red and empty and like inhospitable.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll be like Total Recall, where he falls and smashes his faceplate. Yeah. Well, I don't know, but you're right though. I'm the same with space. I don't really see the appeal. I understand the wonder of the cosmos and all the stars and all, how understanding it all, what we're a part of. But yeah, for like people to go, it's very big.
Even scratched the surface of Earth. Like, I've done a bit of traveling, but there's so much more I want to see here before I venture into space.
Yeah, there's a lot of people going, I'm off. You're like, really? Have you seen the rest? But there's nothing in space. It's very big and very empty, and it takes very long time to get there, and you're basically going to die at any second. Like, you need to bring your life with you, like a little air bubble, which is annoying to have to do that all the way. Because even the moon, I think that was part of the reason people got like conspiracies about the moon, that we didn't actually go, because we never went back really after. Like, they went a couple of times and then nothing else. They all thought it was a big scam, but I think part of that was like, they were like, there's nothing there, it's literally so far, and when you get there, it's just an actual empty wasteland with no air and nothing, and you're going to die, and it costs loads of money and time, and it's really dangerous. So there's no real point in actually sending people. So we're not going to go to Mars. So we'll come back in 2050 and see if they have a city on Mars. Okay,
I'll get it off my chest again then.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see who's laughing then, scientists. But there was a funny thing someone else did, which kind of tied in, where someone designed a digital house on Mars, but actually sold it for real money.
What?
This is the new thing. Have you heard, if I said the letters NFT to you, would they mean anything? No.
National football team.
Close, but it's a non-fungible token. Have you ever heard of this?
It's like Bitcoin or something.
Exactly.
Kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah. So this is the new stupid trend. It's again a bit of a scam, but it's real money for real people. So who's the idiots? Probably us. Basically, like,
do we need to get on this? Are we going to be?
I think we should
probably just buy shares, or how do you do it?
You can do it. Get on your Revolut. You can buy a few things in your Revolut.
Okay.
But Bitcoin is a type of thing. So there's cryptocurrency, which is just the whole scene.
Can you buy stuff with Bitcoin? Can you?
But this is the trick. You can, but you can trade Bitcoin with other people. But like a business and like places that accept it, not many. Elon Musk I think they're doing shares and stuff. It's basically like almost like a pyramid scheme, but if enough people believe in it, obviously it's real. So cryptocurrency is basically, it's like the blockchain. Have you heard that? It's like, this is why people like it. It's the blockchain technology, which is I don't really understand it, but it's basically, they're like digital things, and there's only so many of them, but there's this thing called blockchain, which means that everything that's done with them, every transaction and history of them, is like logged on this ledger, they call it. Okay. So that no one's in charge of it, no one's in control of it, no one person can control it, but there's this like record of everything that's happened, so you can follow all the transactions and stuff like that, so people can like keep a check on it basically. And there's only so many of them, but like money, that it's like it's worth something because people think it's worth something and you believe in it. So there's this other stuff now people have started to do with that technology is that people are like selling digital things, but it's almost like this like a dare. So people are selling things that aren't real, that are digital, but because you can prove that this is the first copy of it, that it's worth money then. So like people are selling like pictures, like a JPEG and stuff like that, Joe, like or like a pixel, or this woman sold a digital house on Mars.
Okay.
Which is sold for like $500,000.
Which hasn't been built yet, or
it
like,
will never be built. It's not even real. It's just a 3D model.
I don't.
But this is the thing.
That's like.
But it's this thing of like, because it's on this blockchain thing, you can prove you have the original copy of it to other people. So it's like having people have a painting and you have a little proof that this is the real one.
Okay.
So it's like someone owns a painting, and then everyone can have pictures of this painting, but you actually have the painting. But because it's in digital technology, it doesn't really matter, because if it's a picture, it's the exact same picture, but it's like being able to prove that you've got the original one. So it's basically a complete scam. But
is it a nice house, at least?
Well, there you go. It's like a 3D model of a house. Mars House by Krista Kim. But loads of people doing this. It's worth whatever people are willing to pay for. Like, literally, that's what it is. Someone bought it for $500,000.
What?
Or it was like 21 Ethereum Bitcoins, or 288 Ether. A cryptocurrency that has a current worth of $1,715 per unit.
Gotta get on this stuff.
You gotta get in.
Serious.
So there's loads of weird people, like Lindsay Lohan is doing an NFT. She just came up with some weird digital thing. John Cleese did one. The Kings of Leon doing one. No one really understands what it is, and it's a complete scam. It's basically, there's loads of tech people with too much money, and everyone's trying to come up with the next like $1 billion idea. So they kind of keep coming up with weirder and weirder things to do, and a lot of suckers are getting into them, because people like collecting things. You know, there's people who are like, will buy like a first edition of a comic book or something, and it's
so now they're buying first editions of houses on Mars.
Digital houses on Mars.
Oh my god, man, that's just the craziest shit ever, isn't it?
And it's not worth. It's literally
nothing.
It's nothing.
Like
it's
any sort of architect could come up with a house.
Anyone could do anything, but it's
chuck
like
it on Mars and then say this is a non-fungible. It's
not even on Mars
or whatever.
You could just play this video and go, I own this. I have the plans. Or something.
I'm gonna sell this for 288 Ether.
Yeah,
you're gonna buy it. And 288 Ether is worth $514,000, $557.79. What the hell?
So this is it. So it's like modern art as well. You want something that's like a pile of bricks in the corner, and it's like $2 million.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, anyone could do that. And you're like, well, anyone didn't do it, did they? So it's again one of these annoying things where
if people, it's just being able to do these sort of things as well. We've got to train up, man.
We got to not even train up. We got to train the confidence up just to start blagging people, and we're start doing NFTs of our podcast. We could sell them for big money.
It's
going to be the way.
Alien. It's crazy,
isn't it? It's hard to get your head around that it's such a thing. But yeah, this is the world. It doesn't make sense anymore. If you're trying to make sense, you're the sucker. So we're going to get on the NFTs.
What's next?
What's next in the news? There was the big giant ship that got stuck.
The Suez Canal.
Everyone loved that. The goddamn Suez Canal is back. They freed it eventually in the end.
They did during the high tide.
Yeah. But they got it out. They did a good job, I think.
It took a while though, didn't it? Wasn't it?
Full week
of just things being stuck. So like deliveries are a week behind.
Yeah, but the whole world, that's the thing people were panicking. It was like 200 ships and queuing up either side waiting to go through.
And none of them got stuck.
No. But this
How did that one get stuck even? Like obviously these people are going through the Suez Canal every day.
But that's what struck me because everyone's like, oh my God.
I've never heard of one being stuck before.
How is this not happening all the time?
Yeah.
That ship there was someone put a graphic up. The ship is longer than the Empire State Building is tall.
Okay.
So if you laid the Empire State Building on its side.
Where do they build these things?
Who knows?
How do they get them going at all?
Just in big giant shipyards, and they're going to float them out. But it's absolutely massive. It's like 400 meters long or something, 4 football fields long.
Oh shit. Imagine being in the cockpit.
But that's who's driving cockpit, is it? I think so, or the bridge, isn't it?
The bridge, yeah.
The bridge. But that's what struck me after thinking about it, that I was like, how is this not happening all the time? It's more impressive that this doesn't happen all the time than it is shocking that it did happen, because like the Suez Canal is old as well. That's like,
I love those pictures of the little digger.
It was a good meme, the little arm pushing out. Full-size JCB.
Trying to dig out the Empire State Building from the Suez Canal.
Wet sand as well. Do you know what I mean? Like the most annoying thing, slopping back in. But that's the thing with those ships, like you're not even driving them. The fact that the guy was like driving through the Suez Canal and someone's literally at the wheel.
Yeah.
Because you're on water, so it's not like...
How did it end up sideways? That's what I want to know. Like, was it doing a... Like, is that just a 3-point turn gone wrong? Is it?
Hang on.
Yeah. It's like...
Put his arm over
Austin Powers.
Yeah. No, I think it was some combination of things. I think it was like a sandstorm or something, and visibility was low, and then it was the tide. Apparently, the middle bit is the deep bit, but then at the sides, the bank kind of raises up, obviously.
Yeah. And
the guy just lost his bearing slightly and didn't realize he was drifting offside a bit.
Okay.
And then the nose or whatever it is, the bow, is it the bow?
The stern.
The stern is the back, I think, isn't it?
Okay.
Port and starboard, or starboard and port. Isn't it? Right is starboard and left is port. I don't know, but then if you switch them. Yeah, so then the nose got kind of stuck and then it kind of just went sideways.
Okay.
But it was pretty funny that it was like perfectly across the whole gap, that it just fit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm going down. I'm taking you all
taking
down
everything with me. It's talking about a bad day in work. But yeah, driving those things, you're on something that big that's floating as well. It's not like you're tapping the brakes or you can stop it.
Yeah.
Like, how do you stop? You're just moving on water. So if you're going the wrong way, you just keep going.
How big was the Titanic in comparison to that?
I don't know. I think this thing was probably much bigger, but the tank's probably still pretty big. That's an interesting fact. We should look that up.
Huge things.
They're huge things. But I thought that was, because I did think of the Titanic, and I thought that was it was a good metaphor for life these days, that like the Titanic, the biggest ship, it's like almost like 100 years ago as well. The biggest ship in the world, full of people, glamorous, crashes and sinks on its maiden voyage because it's going too fast and they're being stupid. Everyone dies because there's not enough lifeboats for everybody. All the rich people take them all the poor people drown. That was a good like 20th century kind of vibe. And this one, 21st century, the biggest ship in the world, just full of stuff, deliveries from China, takeaways. There's probably like 10 people on the ship who are really overworked, who've been working like 6 months straight.
Yeah.
The thing just gets stuck. Yeah, it just
and
wedges.
Blocks everything
blocks
else.
Up, like, constipated world full of like shit
Too
people
much
doesn't
stuff.
need, just moving around the entire globe. A big giant poo in the toilet, basically, that won't flush and leaving streaks down the side. Because those things are massive, but I don't know how. Yeah, there probably has like 30 people working on it or something insane. I'd say it's just boxes of stuff,
huge boxes,
endless
like those
stuff.
proper,
crazy,
huge containers,
like backs of truck containers that just float around. But they got it out fair play to them, because everyone was panicking. They're going to have to like take the ship apart and unload it all. It's on sand. It's going to be this big thing, and then it was like.
We got it out.
They got it out.
High tide's coming, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, it'll refloat it. The moon will help us. The moon.
That digger did its job, man. It was the digger did the damage.
Every little bit.
Not
helps.
the damage, but the
damage into
everything.
the sand. Exactly. But it was the Ever Given. It was called. They kept saying Evergreen.
Ever Given.
Yeah, it's a Chinese ship as well. They're having a good year. They're helping us out. Well, that's where all the stuff is coming from. All those ASOS deliveries and crap. But people were having to go around Africa instead. But apparently during the height of the lockdowns, when petrol and oil was getting really cheap, because you have to pay to go through the Suez Canal.
Okay.
So there was a point where oil was getting so cheap that it was cheaper for people to send ships all the way around Africa than to go through to pay the fees.
Wow.
Which is pretty crappy if you're on the boat. It's good for the company.
Oh, yeah.
But that's like your boss going, look, I want to send you across the north side of the city.
Can you work for an extra 3 months?
But we're going to send you via Cork, Galway, Limerick, Belfast, Sligo, and then down into Abbey Street from the north.
Yeah.
rather than pay for the Westlink Bridge for the €3. And you're like, oh my god. Do you think maybe that's what the charges are?
Yeah. How much it costs to go through the Suez Canal?
I don't know. $4.99. Do you think that's what happened? Do you think you had to like your mom?
You dropped the change, trying to throw it into the
little basket from like 5 stories up. He's leaning out the window trying to get his 2. He's like, I don't have coins. I've only got coins. Oh, hang on. He's leaning,
trying to get out of his. Yeah, trying to get out of the car to pick up all the change.
Pulled the wheel slightly and the thing just got wedged. But it was amazing. But it's good news. It brought everyone together. Interesting story. No one died.
Yes.
Bit of trivia. I like these things when it like illuminates, because that happened with all the pandemic stuff, all the lockdowns. You kind of figured out how everything worked all of a sudden. You didn't or with Brexit, remember, that was all like, oh, everyone became an expert on like supermarkets and stock and how these things all work. And I think when you see all this stuff going on, this trade and like giant ships sailing around the world all the time, you're like, wow, this is all just going on all the time. And you only notice it when it goes wrong.
Yeah.
So like the fact that ships aren't getting stuck in there every 2 days is pretty impressive. The guys are driving ships that size through like 100-year-old canal in Egypt.
I'd be surprised if anything happens like that again for a while now, because everybody's going to be on high alert now. When we get the Suez Canal, they'll be like,
but apparently that's it.
We can't get stuck.
Those guys are all overworked.
Sandstorm, just wait it out. Wait till you can see where you're going.
It's a real bad day at work. Don't you have those days at work where something goes wrong and you've caused an issue and there's a big slowdown? Imagine being that guy who's like, oh no, I think I'm stuck.
Yes. Oh, I think I'm getting stucker.
Full reverse. Engines full reverse. Ooh, we're not going anywhere. Oh no. Oh god. Quick, you ring them. I'm not ringing them.
Somebody sending the digger.
Somebody ring somebody, because we're going to stop these ships coming through. But yeah, the Ever Given.
There's going to be a few movies coming out in a few years' time where it's going to be like, you know, things that are happening in 2020 and 2021.
A lot of material. A lot of stuff. It's true, there's just more and more stuff every day, but we're just hearing about everything now. I think that's the thing, this global news network we all live in, that like anything, and it has to be kind of interesting or bizarre, happens anywhere in the world now, you hear about it. But you wouldn't have before. You would have had a nice calm life worrying about what's happening down the road. And now you're like, oh my god, did you see those 3 guys in India? They're stuck in a well. And you're like following the news.
Yeah, I try not to watch the news, if I'm honest.
You shouldn't. It's mostly terrible. And not just because it's bad. It's just trying to scare you and freak you out. But yeah, what was the next big news thing we had? Not big, but it happens every year. The clocks went forward.
Oh, yeah.
Did this affect you at all? What do you feel about that? Do you think we should stop doing it?
No.
You like it?
I like, because winter's kind of miserable anyway. We may as well be miserable in the dark. And the summers, I like the long days that we get.
We could stay on one of them though. We could stay on this one and have.
It'd still get darker earlier though, wouldn't it? Like,
this is the thing. I don't know. It's an hour forward, so you're getting brighter evenings. And then the winter you put it back so that you get slightly brighter mornings, I think, isn't it? Because I think if we stayed on this time all the time, in the winter, there'd be days when it wouldn't, literally, the sun wouldn't come up to like 9 o'clock in the morning or something, which people complain about.
Yeah.
But if you stayed on the winter time, yeah, you wouldn't quite get the stretch. The bit of stretch everyone loves.
You want the stretch.
You want the stretch.
Yeah, that's what you want.
That change, well, all of a sudden 7 o'clock and you're like, bright outside, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Sure gets bright till 10 o'clock now.
10 o'clock, well, that's during right into the months. June, yeah.
One thing that annoyed me was I was doing a quiz. I made up a quiz there the other day for the quiz. We had people had a bit of dinner for Easter, which Easter is another thing I want to get off my chest.
Oh, really?
That's turned into another Christmas.
Everything's a holiday.
The Easter Bunny's coming, so you better go to bed, go to sleep, and they get the Easter eggs in the morning. We have an Easter tree where we get a stick from the garden and hang loads of like colourful eggs on it and stuff.
I only heard of an Easter tree for the first time ever. Someone else said their friend's mom used to do it, and I was like, Easter tree? It's gone mad, man.
It's like Christmas. And you could not get an egg for love nor money. As soon as Easter was over, you couldn't get any egg. Like, I know people who went out to get an egg the night of and they couldn't get one.
Easter Eve,
man. It won't be long before you're putting bunnies up on shelves saying, he's watching you now, you better be good, or he's going to go back to the Easter Bunny.
He used to be called Jesus, but now he's called the Easter Bunny.
It's madness.
And was Easter... I never had the Easter Bunny as a kid. Did you? Was it a thing? No. You got
we'd have our Easter hunts. Your mum and dad would give you an egg and that'd be it.
Yeah.
And now it's like... It's turned into another proper commercial kind of holiday.
It's the American thing they just have of like just coming up with stuff for you to buy based around any day and kind of... Yeah,
they do it good. They do it good, but
and the kids love it.
It's literally turned into another Christmas for us. Like, and then they get a ridiculous amount of chocolate, man. They're like crazy. You spend your whole year saying you can only have one treat. Okay? One treat a day, and then on Easter they're given like a truckload of bloody chocolate. And how do you stop them from eating that now?
You don't.
You can't even store it anywhere.
No,
there's nowhere to put it. They're sitting out on a counter for you to look at all day. Like,
but that was what we used to when I was young. There was the Easter egg thing. Was like you got like one good egg, you picked it, and then it was put up on a shelf in the sitting room because you bought it like weeks before, and you just had to sit and stare at it and wait for Easter, and then you got to eat it on Easter Day, Easter Sunday.
Yeah,
but they were massive, and it used to be. I was noticing as well when you get like an egg that has bars with it. Remember the bars used to be inside the egg, and they've stopped doing that now. That must have been an expensive process to do, but it was kind of high class. Whereas now they're just in a packet beside it, and you don't get the mug anymore. We used to get a bizarre mug that was like you'd end up with loads of mugs that were like different bars because you had an egg in a mug.
You still do I think they still do the odd one.
Yeah,
you can get like an L Kit Kat mug or something.
But they're huge. They're like €25 now or something. They're huge. They're like because all the different size of eggs.
What I find bizarre is that one egg on its own is €2, but if you buy 5 of them, they're €1 a pop. It's €5 for 5 eggs.
They have priced them crazy.
The more you spend, the more you save.
That's how they do it, though. They've figured that out. That's the supermarket trick, apparently. It's like with the bars generally. Like it's €2 for this bar in the newsagents, but you can get 5 of them for €1 in the supermarket. See, the chocolate costs nothing to make, so people were trying to get healthy for a while, and they were like, no. I don't think that'll be happening. Let's make the chocolate so cheap that you can't resist it. And we grew up in obviously a time when it was like our brains still function off the like scarcity thing where you're like 4 Snickers for €1. You can't be leaving that. You have to get that in, even though it's just always there all the time. Like
get it into your system.
Get it in. Can't believe that in the show. That's an amazing deal. Get that in. Like it's always here all the time. Boxes of them.
It's madness. I don't know how I'm going to eat all this chocolate that's at home.
Just do a cup of tea, sit down, put the work in.
Yeah,
that's how you do it.
We had a nice lamb dinner the other day. Now that was good.
It's very Easter type, isn't it?
It's lovely.
Bit
of mint sauce.
Lovely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very tasty.
All the trimmings. Did you enjoy it?
The works.
And do the kids like Easter? Will they?
Yeah, but like they were wrecked because it was like Christmas. They woke up really early and then came down, got their egg, and
just to eat sweets.
They eat too much chocolate, and then they're like they come down.
They're just like shivering.
Oh, then they're just ratty little
just
bastards.
Like scratching themselves.
Looking at the chocolate going, can I have more? And you're like, no, I don't care, man. You've already eaten a bucket load of chocolate, man. You have any more, you'd be sick. No, give me the chocolate.
Give it to me. You do, all you want is sweets as a kid. It's your drugs, your heroin. It's all you have. It's your one little high. Do you think we ate as many sweets? Because I felt like we ate sweets a lot as kids. But do you think
definitely.
It's different?
But we were full of sugar, man. I had this soda stream thing that was literally instead of drinking water, I'd be having fizzy soda stream, like
refreshing,
basic cordial stuff, you know. Drinking that stuff by the bottle load, like, and drank a lot of Coke and ate a lot of sweets. We had a sweet tin in our house that was just, always rammed full of biscuits and sweets and jellies and all that sort of stuff. And
did you go to the shop a lot though when you were a kid? When you get like a couple of quid and you'd go up and like you'd make it you'd figure out how to get the most possible sweets for your pound, whatever it was.
Oh, sure, you had 10-penny bags, man. You were laughing when you had those.
Yeah, you'd be like, 1 of them, 6 of them, 4 of them. How much are they? No, put that back.
Like the Unbelievables.
Yeah, exactly.
2 of those, 3 of those.
But your little horse trader, when you come out with like a little black sack full of sweets for your thing, and like sit there and eat it patiently. But I don't know, in your head that's all the time, but maybe we didn't eat as much. Like back in the day, you kind of just had to wait till someone gave you some food. When you're small, you can't just like make yourself a sandwich, or you can't just go to the press and pull stuff and you're just like hanging around.
Yeah. Like I have kids and they're like, they just can't do anything for themselves.
Exactly.
It's like, just make me a sandwich. That's two of my most hated words in the world right now are just like, I'm hungry. When they come and say I'm hungry, it's like, I just fed you. How are you hungry again? You've just had a sandwich, you've just had crackers, you just had this or that. And trying to feed them proper food is just,
do you ever just go, so?
Yeah. Go make yourself something.
What do you want me to do about it?
Yeah.
You should just let them write it out for a while. Just go, you know what? Hunger's okay, son. Hunger's a good feeling.
Yeah.
It makes you appreciate food when it comes around, so you're getting fed at 3 o'clock.
I'm going to start doing stuff like that now.
Just do.
Because they're like, no, they're eating machines.
They are. They're growing.
Always hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I hate those words. It's just like, I'm hungry.
What do you want me to do about it?
Yeah. Oh, what do you want? What can I have?
Oh, so you're like a little restaurant cafe now? Yeah. What do you have? What's on the menu? What do I have?
Just eat something. Just
here.
Tell me what you want.
This is what I have. A Marmite sandwich or something. Give them gross stuff.
Then they start, if you're like, no, you just had something, you have a wife for your lunch now, and then they start grabbing their belly going, oh, but
these kids
I'm
are playing here.
Oh, here.
Your kids are those pot noodle lad guys, are they? The little, I'm wasting away.
I'm wasting away, Sal. Go on, cover yourself up.
Your children are sound like they're bossing you around, like.
Oh, they do, but you know.
You need
them's the breaks.
You love them. So, a lot of chocolate. Easter. I can't believe it's an Easter tree.
Yeah, it's all.
Did you buy an Easter tree?
No, you get a stick from the garden and then bought the little, like, coloured the eggs to put on it. You know? And we cut out little things, like it had a little arts and crafts day where we cut out egg shapes and then coloured in stuff and
do you like paint boil them, or people used to do that, like boil an egg and paint it or something?
We did that on Easter morning.
Yeah.
We boiled the eggs and then put our faces on them.
Did you eat the eggs well, or was it just for decoration?
Chop their heads off.
These Easter traditions are strange. What's that representing? This is where we kill Mr. Egg, who sacrifices himself.
Yeah.
So that we are born again. But it's all those weird, like, because they're all like religious things, but then the religious things are sort of tacked on to like the old pagan-y festivals. So I think Easter is like spring festival where like it's life, is everyone's happy because it's life again. It's all like rabbits and eggs and things that are like fertile images, so that it's like it's not just Jesus coming back to life, it's like the world is coming back to life a little bit. So
one thing that surprised me, actually, remember I was talking about doing the quiz well. When for you does spring start? What month?
Well, I don't know. I think technically it's supposed to be... Oh, well, it's supposed to be February, isn't it?
Yes, that's what I thought.
But I'd say most people would say March. I think February's winter to people now.
Apparently, first day of spring is March 20th.
Oh, really?
And the last day of spring is June 21st.
What? That seems...
I thought summer was May, June, July.
Yeah.
Like, and your spring was February, even though it's still brass monkeys out in February.
It's changed completely,
February, March, April was spring.
Yeah.
But like, when we Googled it, because I said February was the answer to the quiz and everybody went mental. No, it's not. It's March. It's like, it's not. I learned in school, man. Your winter is November, December, January.
Yeah.
February, March, April, spring. But now we Googled it and it said first day of spring, or we Alexa
stop Alexa.
Alexa told us March 20th.
But is that American? Does she know?
We said in Ireland. We even specifically said when is the first day of spring in Ireland, and it said March 20th. I was like, what the hell?
But what does that mean then? So that's not even the season of spring. That's some other thing. Like June isn't spring. Is that supposed to be some growing season or something? I don't know. I think Alexa's lying about it.
But then we looked at Google again and said the Gaelic spring is on St. Bridget's Day, which is the 1st of February or something.
Yeah.
So that's...
So that, did you overrule everyone and say, I'm right?
No, I told them they could have it. Because there was all...
This is a soft quiz. They're all getting stressed.
I'm learning that I'm a very soft person by nature.
You're a
Joe,
good
as
person.
this goes
it's
on.
good. You're a good person, but yeah.
I couldn't take it. Just take your point. Let's get on with the quiz. Like,
start arguing about
so I can watch the football.
I'm trying to get rid of this. I'm trying to get this over with, though, I'm being honest. Everyone wins. 2 points. That's, yeah. So now I knew that was the seasons, because I know November is technically autumn, even though it seems more winter, or it's technically winter, even though it seems autumn.
It seems to have shifted a month anyway. If people say
the weather's kicked on a month, definitely.
So from now on, spring starts in March, not February.
Not February, okay. Remember that for next year.
Take note.
Take note of that for next year. So we better wrap up. Would you quickly do what to watch next, Graeme?
Oh yeah,
a few.
I watched a few movies this week.
Yeah.
Molly's Game.
Oh yeah, I'd seen it before. Did you enjoy it?
I'm going through a lot of poker at the minute. So
well that's good for that.
Playing a lot of it, and my phone knows I've been playing it, so it's been sending me lots of videos and people playing poker.
It's funny. Are you getting any better? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I won €70 the other night. Yeah. Which was great.
Did you take it from your friends? Is it all sweeter because you're taking their money?
It's really beautiful. You can really gloat in it, like, you know. I think one of the lads won about €40 on one of the games. Excellent. And then I ended up winning it all off him over the next 2 games.
That's nothing to be sniffed at in a friendly game. Now. Yeah. What is anteing in there? 10 cents a euro.
I sent him a picture of all the booze I was buying with their winnings. What's
the antes? What do you?
It's just €5 a game. So there's like 9 of us playing.
So you put €5 in, and then you 10
revolute each other the money when you win.
But what do you do per like hand or whatever?
Oh, it's not per hand. You're given a 100,000 stack.
Oh, so that's
so whenever all your stack is got exactly
that's
it's like your Bitcoin or your non-tangible funds, non-fungible tokens.
But non-tangible funds is also
that's the next big thing.
Yeah, you should get that non-tangible funds.
But Molly's Game is a good movie.
You enjoyed it? Yeah,
I enjoyed it. Yes, but probably because I'm mad for poker at the minute.
It's good pokery stuff.
I like some of the.
Apparently it's a true story as well.
Yeah, which is crazy.
And apparently the scuttlebutt is, do you know the guy, is it Michael Cera is in it?
Yeah.
The guy he plays kind of asshole.
He plays an actor or something.
Apparently in real life it was Tobey Maguire.
Oh really?
Yeah. Apparently he's not the friendliest guy in the world in real life.
Ruin people's lives.
He's a rich guy who likes to ruin people's lives.
Wow. Apparently, allegedly.
Yes. Don't come for us, Toby. But yeah.
Wow.
There you go. So anyone can watch that now and go, "Ooh, look at this."
Good movie. And another surprising one, which I wasn't expecting much from, but somebody recommended it, so I said I'd watch it, was Bad Trip.
Oh, yeah. I watched that as well.
It was
my sister
very funny.
It's very funny. It's
like they're doing hoaxes or basically has a story going through it.
It's like a prank movie.
A prank movie with a narrative.
A plot. Yeah, it's what's his name again? Eric Andre.
Yeah.
He was like a hipstery kind of culty comedian. He has his own show and stuff, and he's very
funny.
Pushes the boundaries a lot. But yeah, it is I did the same. I watched it. So when my sister recommended to me and said the same thing. And it's a lot of the guys who made the Jackass stuff, I think, helped produce it. Mm-hmm. And they did like Bad Grandpa movies and stuff like that. So it's kind of similar. But no, it's very funny. And like all hidden camera stuff, it's sort of, some of it works better than others, and some of it goes a bit too far maybe, and some of it comes back. But no, I thought it was really funny. You definitely get a good few chuckles, and nice and short and well made. And the thing I liked about it the most was because it's in contrast to like the way Borat went and stuff like that, where he kind of became kind of a jerk, and his whole thing was like making people look like idiots and trying to get people to say stupid things or like edit it to make them look terrible so that the joke was on the people. This was very much the other way around, that they were the butt of all the jokes, and you realised all the people were quite nice, and it kind of made people look good, and it was quite hearty and uplifting in a weird way, even though it was kind of lots of gross out humour. But
some of the stunts were elaborate as well, like
huge setups. Yeah. No, they did it really well. That was very enjoyable. That was definitely worth a laugh. Like that. What did I have? I had one film called The Kid Detective, which was, it's like a guy, Adam Brody I think his name is, who was from the OC. Do you remember the OC?
I don't.
Years ago, it was that. Like, but you remember what it, like?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
He was like the darker guy in it, the not the main guy. those were the days when the OC was all you had to worry about, huh? Whether you watch the OC or not. But he was in it. He's the main guy in this. It's a small film, kind of indie comedy, I guess, with sort of a thriller. It's basically a guy who was, when he was young in his town, he was like one of these like child detectives, almost like Hardy Boys' Famous Five kind of thing, like solving like little mysteries and stuff like that. And he was famous in his town, but then it cuts to like when he's in his 30s now and it's all gone wrong and he's sort of like a deadbeat dropout and his life never went anywhere and no one takes him serious anymore, and he's kind of living off the glory days of when he was this sort of child detective. And then he gets an actual case that's like quite serious, and it's sort of like a private eye movie. Do you know one of those things of like kind of almost like...
What's it on? Did you watch it on?
I watched it on the internet. It was
I'll get on that one.
It's good. It's kind of black comedy, and then it gets quite dark at the end, but it's good. But it's well made and it's funny. There was one like it before with Donald Glover was in. He was in like a little comedy group. I think it was called. What was it called? They were called like Mystery Train or something. They had the same thing. I can't remember the name of the film now, but it was like three of them, and they were like silly child detectives who were too old to be doing it, and then they were like meeting the kind of nasty real world, and that was like the kind of confluence of it.
So Kid Detective.
The Kid Detective.
I'll get on that
enjoy it. And then another one called The Climb, which kind of isn't what it sounds like. This is
so it's not about comedy. Climbing mountains?
No, it's climbing a thing on a bike. So and that's only kind of at the start. It's basically two friends. It's again kind of a comedy dramedy thing. No, very funny though. But it's about like two friends, and it's kind of across like a decade of their life kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So they're the usual thing of like one's kind of a asshole and one's kind of a grumpy asshole, one's kind of a pleasant dope, and they're kind of just their trials and tribulations, and it kind of goes to. But the kind of gimmick of it is it's like little chapters. It kind of keeps cutting to different points in their life, and it has a scene, but the scene's all shot in like one take, and it's this big long elaborate one take.
Okay.
And then it'll kind of end and go to the next one, and you kind of pick up what's happened and stuff like that. So it's very good though, and the guys who were in it kind of made it as well, so it's very funny. Underseen. I think you would like it. The Climb.
Get on that too.
You should get on it too. And then one I really want to recommend as well that was really good was a TV show, which I haven't done in a while, called Ted Lasso or Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
I don't know, like you lasso things.
Like a lasso.
Exactly. Which should have been kind of silly, but actually turned out to be really good. It was based off, they did this sketch. It's a guy, Jason Sudeikis, or I don't know how to say his name.
Yes.
On Saturday Night Live and was in kind of stuff, who kind of famous for playing kind of jerky roles. But this is the thing. They did a weird thing years ago when NBC in America was going to start showing Premiership football games.
Okay.
They did this like promo skit of a joke of like an American football coach going to coach soccer and being a real like clueless American. He kind of played this part, and it was just for little skits, like promo things. But now they're after like developing that into a whole like sitcom, and it's really good. So it's about an American football coach who comes and gets put in charge of like a football team here, a soccer team, and coaches it. And I won't say too much because the kind of plot sets it up at the start, but he's actually really nice. That's the thing, like everyone's kind of against him and everyone thinks it's stupid obviously because it's such a ludicrous thing to do, but he's like one of these really like positive, really friendly, nice guys and kind of keeps winning everyone over. So it's like one of these rare comedies that actually works, that it's like actually heartwarming and quite nice and positive. So I'd really recommend it. It's very funny, and it's also very enjoyable, and it's kind of like a mix between like the American Office and like Friday Night Lights or something.
They're like half-hour long things, are they?
Yeah, half hours, perfect little sitcom format, very sharp, well written.
Okay.
Filmed all in England, but with a few American actors, and very enjoyable. I recommend it if you're looking for something nice to watch.
WhatsApp all these to me later.
I will.
So
that's what I need to say as well. We have started a little Twitter account. Called What to Watch Next. So any recommendations we do, you put them on there, so that they're all listed, so that then people can follow and get what they want to watch next.
Oh yeah.
Handy, and you can scroll back through and keep them all in one place, so that you remember. Because that's the annoying thing now. That's all anyone wants to know is what's good and what's not, and then everyone forgets what everyone recommends. So we now have it all in one place.
We're going to start the honour now. Your honour.
Your honour.
We're going to start that.
Oh yeah,
this week I think.
Oh, the Brian Cranston killer one.
Everybody's going on about that, so I got to get on it. So I can talk to people about it.
So I have something to say to my friends anymore. About
have you seen Your Honour?
Have you seen?
Yes,
yeah, it's really good.
Have.
Yeah, it was great. Yes, it was. Next. No, we should get on Ted Lasso as well. That's excellent. And yeah, there you go. All right, Graeme, I think that's plenty for now.
Yeah, Joe, it out. We were supposed to keep the show to
I know, this is a bumper edition.
45 minutes. Like today, 45 to an hour.
This was just because we missed a week, so we had to double it up.
That's
so this
true.
is the double bonus week. We'll call this episode 3 and 4, maybe, will we?
Oh, yeah.
That'll be
That's
good, isn't it? Yeah,
it's a
okay.
mix of 3 and 4.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll call it Thor.
Yeah, episode Thor. Oh, that's good. Well, remember that.
Nice.
Okay, excellent. So I'll see you next week for episode Fix. Bye.
Bye-bye.
The Graeme and Joe Show. 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 The Graeme and Joe Show.
See you later, guys.
Tune in next week. It's been great. It's been beautiful.
Every man for himself.
Every man for himself.
Adieu. Bye-bye. The Graeme and Joe Show.
That's good. That's probably a good